Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be talking about my favorite tier 10 in the whole game. A lot of people think it is the WZ-111-5A, which is the tier 10 Chinese collector heavy. It's a vehicle which features a fantastic gun, solid DPM, and now that I have my modded camo on it, it looks amazing. However, my favorite tank is actually not the 5A. It goes to the BZ-75. I love the BZ-75 for many reasons. The major one is just the flexibility, the mobility, and the gun. The vehicle is very fast. It reaches a top speed of 40, and even though its power to weight looks bad on paper, it's actually pretty maneuverable due to the effective terrain resistances. The tank features 8 degrees of gun depression, making it great for ridgelines, and 620 damage per shot. Now, you can run a higher DPM, better penning 460 Alpha gun, which you will sometimes see people using. However, I don't really see a reason to use it. If you're playing the BZ-75, you're grinding all the way down the line, and then you choose to use the 130mm, I just don't understand why. Play an IS-7, play a VZ-55, play a 5A. I just don't really see the reason to grind all the way down a line that is meant to use derp cannons and not use the derp cannon. It's kind of goofy. So we are obviously running the derp gun. Now, the best way I think of the BZ-75 is a slightly more accurate 60 TP in regards to the gun. It has AP standard and 280 mils a pen, which is really nice, actually. It means that you will cut through most armor that you're aiming at least, weak spots and things like that, quite easily. The accuracy can be a bit sus, though. And when I mean can be, I mean it is very sus. You will miss a lot of shots, just like the 60 TP. Sometimes the game will screw you over. Something else you have to worry about is your ammo rack. It is very easily damaged. In fact, I have gotten ammo racked in this tank quite a few times. More than the 60 TP, and more than a lot of tanks. So that's something else you're going to have to be very cautious in when you're driving this tank. But to make up for that, this tank features, obviously, an insanely dangerous gun, which, when used really well, can get out crazy good bonks. Unfortunately for this game, we're literally going to deal like 0 damage because their team just went alone over here. So I'm just going to full speed push this. We'll see if I can get some damage out. Where is the Patton? Where did he go? Well, I got no clue, but we're just going to push as quickly as I can. There's the Patton, and we're just going to aim at an AP shell. There we go, 535. Really, Sheridan. That's crazy. You know why it really sucks? Well, hopefully our team shoot him. Oh my god, bro. How are we struggling to pen that Patton? Well, ooh, we got the Waffenträger, but not able to hit him. Obviously, long reload, because this tank is a derp tank. It has the lowest damage per minute, actually, in tier 10, I'm pretty sure. 2,100 is pretty awful DPM. But you have to remember it has Hesh. Firing Hesh, your DPM actually goes up to around an effective 2,700 to 600. So you do have a lot of good and bad with this tank. But it's really back and forth whether your gun decides to work or not. We have the IS-7 on the flank, and I'm going to just aim it on the side of the IS-7 and get a nice 603 damaging shell. IS-7 tries to hit me back, but obviously doesn't get the shot out. We're going to move up to where the 57 Heavy is not able to see my tank, and we're going to see what we can do here. Let's reload. Again, we have a long reload in this vehicular. So let's see if we can... Oh, bruh. What do you... The Sheridan doesn't seem to realize that there are tanks behind him. Let's wait for this Kron, and we'll just fire a standard. As much as I could have penned him with an HE, there really is no point because the Sheridan is going to shoot him anyway. Alright, Sheridan's going to out-reload. Well, maybe not. We'll see. I don't think the Sheridan's going to out-reload him. He did, actually. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised, to be entirely honest. We have the Waffle over here, and there you go. Oh, baby! 1,016 HE into the enemy Waffle, and he's dead. I think you can start to understand why I love the high explosive on this tank so much. Now, here's another fun fact about it. See that 777? Well, the 777 actually has very poor armor on the lower plate, meaning that we can load an HE and deal 825. Yeah. Now, you can start to see why I love this tank so much. Now, this 57 is making a rather interesting play. I'm just going to push him as quickly as I can. We'll see if I can get a nice HE. Yeah, 810 straight into his rear. This is a fantastic example of why I love playing in the BZ-75. Because everything about the tank is super fun. The damage per shot is nice, and it's better accuracy than the 60 TP. Not only that, but when you're able to pen that hash, it frickin' slaps. The standard HE is also really, really nice on this tank. As you saw, we took over 1,000 hit points off of that waffle. And that's because this vehicle features 920 standard high explosive, which means you can roll a max damage of 1150. That's wild. So the tank has really, really dangerous AP, HE alphas. Not only that, you saw the mobility. It's pretty good. Even though we didn't get an early game shot out on that Luis, which I was really hoping we could, we were still able to quickly reposition over towards the enemy heavies and get out bleeds, which is not something that you can say every tank can do. So this battle, the enemy team actually has no heavies apart from an E75, which is, I don't know exactly how I feel about that, to be honest. I guess we'll find out. I am going to drive mid. But man, I do not like that. I don't like this at all. It's just a bunch of tank destroyers. Huh. Well, yeah. Not sure really what to say, guys. I'm going to go to mid. And I'm not going to play one spot. I'm going to push to this position here. This is a much safer spot, because if tanks push up there, which is very likely, judging that our entire team is going to this side of the map, I'd much rather be in this position here. It just gives me better hull down cover and overall capabilities versus the other. So there's the enemy 183. We're going to aim it right on his tank, and there you go. Nice 700 damage shot. Sweet. Not only that, we got a bounce from the 268. So already a good start. We spotted the 183, and we got out pretty effective bleed. Okay, well, we reload. We have the E75 showing me his tank, and we have the 268 right in front. Well, we get a nice shell into the 268, and we back up. Now, the 268 could cut through my turret armor, but looks like he's actually not shooting at me, and he's shooting at my teammates. Okay, well, that's fine. I am going to reload. Once again, we're going to poke this, and we're going to aim it on the E75, who we are able to high explosive pen on the roof. I think he's running the stock turrets. That's why. I think that's the Tiger 2 turret. But yeah, we just took a pretty healthy E75 and absolutely ripped him to shreds. Now, sadly, the 268 gets a pen into me, but there's not really much I could have done to counter that, to be honest. Any mediums? Well, we have the E50. Oh, non-penning shell. Still taking 348 health. I like how he's mad that I didn't pen. Would you have rather had my shell pen you? Would that have been a better option? I always love when people complain for literally no reason. Don't make bad pokes. And don't expect to get, oh, you want to poke it again. Ooh, it would have been real funny if that had hit, though. It would have. Well, right now, our team is not doing great. The problem is that 268 right there. I'm very worried about that player because I don't want to lose 700 HP. So we're going to reload. 3, 2, 1, and let's see what we can do. I'm going to move over here, and there's the 268, but I'm not able to hit him. Not from this current angle, at least. 268 shoots, but he's not backing up just yet. Come on, back up into my view. No. Unfortunate. Okay. Well, this is probably a loss. I will be real. I don't see much of a world where we're able to win this game when my team is doing this poor of a job. We have the 62A showing me a side, and nice! 620 shell into the T62A. But in return, we lose another tank. Why are our tank destroyers poking that? I don't know. We've lost 3 vehicles there. Will we have a player that learns their lesson? Probably not. It must be really challenging to use common sense. It really must be. Well, we have the 62A, who the only way I can pen is if I hatch. Can't do anything to that. But at least the 268's dead. Back up, E50. You don't want to be shot. Okay, well. 183. Oh, there's the TVP over here. Come on, reload, reload. 3, 2, 1. We're going to fire a high explosive 889 into that TVP. Just like that. That player who thought he was pretty fine and dandy is no longer fine nor dandy. Well, let's hope our E50, yes, gets the clear. Beautiful. Just like that, we have already set our game to be pretty good. Now, again, that 183 really scares me because of where he is. So I'm going to move up like this. We'll see what I'm able to do. Oh, there's the 50. There's the 62A. And aiming. Nice! 615 damaging shell right into his tank. Now, what I'm worried about here is that 183 who's going to roll off right to the rear. So I'm going to move up like this. And I'm going to drive in a way that the 183 cannot hit me. 3, 2, 1... Ah, I was really hoping just in some crazy world that I would be able to cut through that 62A with a high explosive shell, because it would have been a potential one-shot, but unfortunately, that was not the case. Alright, well, let's cross over here, and let's see, reload, and... Yes! That is beautiful! That means all that's left is the E50, who we are going to reload and see if we can get a nice shell into. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, there's the E50. What are you going to do, good sir? Well, the question is exactly that. What are you going to do? I'm going to wait right here in this position because I don't think the E50 knows where I am. See ya. Beautiful. Okay. Well, we are not spotted, and... I don't love this. I don't love this. We need to get the 183 that was over here cleared first, and then we can get the other one cleared. So let's see if we can get that shot out. Where did he go? He was. It looked like... Oh, I'm spotted from what, bruh? I mean, I know what I'm spotted from, but how? Well, there's the enemy 183. Let me get a nice 570 into him, but now I'm a one-shot, which really sucks. Oh, man. Well, we probably won't win this, but I will try my best. Let's see. We have the 183 rolling around the corner, and keep on backing up, aiming. Yes! That is exactly what I needed to see. Okay, now I'm going to position myself right next to this rock. That way, it's a little bit safer for me. We'll see. We will see what happens. Okay, well, we have a shot. And there's the enemy 183. And we get a nice AP shell into his vehicle. And now we just go ring around the rosy. We reload. We have 10 seconds left on our reload. Alright, so here's the thing we have to worry about, right? This 183 can kill me with an AP shell really anywhere. And that is not ideal for me. So I'm just going to back up. Keep backing up. And keep backing up. And then I'm just going to keep on going like this. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to maneuver over here. I'm going to go low. And aiming. There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That was quite the predicament. 7,579 damage, getting ourselves an ace. A 1 versus 3. And earning ourselves 286,000 credits. The BZ-75 really is just one of my favorite tanks, and it is my favorite tier 10. For anybody that wants to climb into my comment section and say that this isn't a very good vehicle because X, Y, and Z, I present the 7,500 damage carry. Now, yes, you could make the argument that my enemies were not very good, but that's still not a very valid argument. The tank did a super solid job. Our DPM was more than plenty, even only sitting at around 2,100. You saw some great examples of where I was able to rip into the enemy, like that TVP, dealing 800 damage. This tank, when you can get it to work, works really well. And that's why I love the BZ. So while it does have some downsides, it is my favorite tank, and nobody's going to change my opinion on that. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.